Okay. Uh, I stopped that you. Okay, fine. So hello everyone. Good morning and good evening. So let's start the session. So last class we were discussing about this prime angular module. Today we are going to discuss about angular material. Angular material. Okay. So this is Angular material which is specifically given by the Angular team to support the front-end framework. Okay, so we were using the Bootstrap framework, and we also seen some few examples on Prime Angular. So now let's see how to set up the Angular material, and let's also develop few examples on Angular material. Okay, so first of all, to start with Angular material, so I show you the website. Okay, this type Angular material, so you get the Angular material UI library. Yes, this is the one. So this is the official website of Angular material. The actual official website of Angular is angular.io. This is material.angular.io. So here, which contains just like Bootstrap. Okay, so Bootstrap is a general framework which supports for all like React, Angular, Vue, any kind of even static websites also we can use. But Angular material is specifically designed for Angular. Okay, this is specifically designed for Angular, and that too given by the Angular team itself. Okay, so it's not like in your project, if you are using Angular you must have to use Angular material. It's not like that, because that can be decided by your project architect. Okay, as per your application structure and application the roles and responsibility, so people can decide. Okay, so they may use Angular material, they may use Prime Angular. Okay, like they may use Bootstrap, anything. Okay, but we should be ready in configuring of any kind of framework with Angular. So Angular concepts are common, but only thing is how you can configure the front end, completely a new front end framework for Angular application. So first of all, here, if you want to configure Angular material, uh, what you have to do is you can just go to guide, getting started. Okay, so this guy will explain how to add Angular material. The very first thing is you need to create create an Angular project. Okay, first you have to create an Angular project. You know how to create, right? So how to create ng new and your first app, some name. Okay, so name of your application. This I like this first app. Okay, you will create Angular application. Once Angular application is created, then you are going to add Angular material to the application. That's like Bootstrap also, right? So you create an Angular application, and then we have installed MD Bootstrap and has been configured. So same way, this is the one. Okay, so you have to create Angular application. So I have created Angular application. It means I have taken existing Prime Angular module setup, because that is fresh Angular application only. We are not done much changes. So what I did is I removed the Prime Ng specific things. So Prime Ng, Prime Flex, those things I removed from here. You can check here. So the only Angular is there. There is nothing called Prime Ng. It was so Prime Angular, Prime something is there. Prime Ng, Prime Flex. So those things I removed. Okay, from node models as well. So assume, and even I removed components and every configuration of Prime Ng I removed. Only the name is Prime Angular, but still the whole application is completely a new fresh application. Okay, and even I removed an angular.json. There'll be some scripts will be there here, right? From Prime Ng theme and all, so I removed them. Okay, so everything I just I reverted back like a plain Angular application. So you, instead of deleting all the things, you can create a fresh Angular application just with one command call this. Okay, so once that is done, you can add Angular material for your Angular application. So how you add is, we have a command, this one. This is the command ng add at angular slash material. So once you add this, It'll ask you a few questions. You need to answer all the questions. I mean, what type of configuration you're going to add into the project, what type of theme you select, and all. So once you have finalized all the things, then this will be configured for your project. Then you can straight away use this Angular material in your application. Okay. So first of all, I need to add this for my project. Let me copy this. Go to the go to terminal in this. So don't worry, this name looks like PrimeNG, but it's not PrimeNG. It is now going to add a Angular material. Copy this, paste it, enter. Come on. Okay, so it is asking few questions. It asking to select the theme. I think it's selected Indigo Pink theme. Okay, and set up global Angular Metal typography styles. Just say Y, enter. Browser animations module, yes, enter. And okay, now it has updated React.json and install the packages now. Okay, so it asks for what theme you select here. Generally, for a prime ng, we select the themes from the website and we just given a style.css out there, right? So theme specific CSS. But here in the command itself, it asks you, so what type of theme? Here actually very few themes, like 3 or 4 themes are there. So it you can select it. But in prime ng, you have, I think more than 20 themes are there. So that's why you have to write manually. And also please check, it has done some lot of updates. So first update is in the package.json. It has done some update. Let's check what is that update in the package.json. Uh, it is added Angular material. Okay, Angular material has been added. Now I think yeah, that's it. Angular material has been added. Next, in the angular.json, it has done some update. If you go to angular.json, see in the styles, it is added the theme, pre-built themes of Angular material, indigo pink.css. So some indigo pink theme added. Okay, and also index.html, it has done some changes. Src index.html. So it is added a font family, that is this one. It is added Roboto font from Google API, and also Ubuntu we have added last time. Okay, so it is added Roboto font, and also the icons, material icons is added. So in, if we are using Bootstrap, we will depend on um, Bootstrap icons. Now Bootstrap 5 version has introduced Bootstrap icons also, or else we can use Phantasm icons. If you're using Prime NG, so Prime icons is there. If you're using Material UI, so Material UI icons also there. If you want to use any other icons apart from this, also you can, happily use it. Okay, so but here they automatically configured Material icons for your application. Okay, any other? Yeah. So in style.css, in our global style.css also, it has done some changes. So if you go to the style.css, so something is added. So okay, see here, this is the old content, no? Ubuntu we have added. I don't need that now. This is, I think I have not removed this. P menu bar, P card, these are all prime, no? Deletes. So you can only see this one. Once you create a fresh Angular application and install Angular material, you get this by default. Okay, once you add Angular material. So they have added font family Roboto. That's okay, no issue. Robot also looks good. Okay, fine. Now that's what the configuration has done for our application. Now Angular material has successfully configured for our application by making some changes in all the four files. Okay, so that's fine. So now let's understand this Angular material. So what all the components are there and um, how to use them. So if I click on the components, so there are few components has listed out here, like autocomplete option, some badges, some share share icons and share options, buttons. Okay, some toggles, some cards. Okay, so check boxes, chips, date pickers, dialog divider, expansion control panel, this expansion panel. Okay, so form fields, grid list, icons, the metal icons. Okay, so many things is there now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, tooltip, you hover on it, you get some content and tree. Okay, so very few when compared to Angular Prime NG. Okay, so Prime NG contains even more. It contains only few, if you can see from here. Autocomplete to tabs. That's it. Okay, in Prime Angular we have lot more because Angular is not specifically designed for UI framework. Okay, Angular has given the framework. Okay, this is not for a UI front end design. Okay, they mostly focus on actual language, the framework called Angular, but still to support that they have given their own UI framework also. But it's not like you have to use only Angular material if you are writing Angular because it's not supporting those many components. Even Bootstrap also contains even more components than this. Okay, fine. Maybe they're still doing the development and they'll be adding the more UI components in coming next versions. Okay, fine. So now let's start with what? Let's start with a very basic button. Okay, so how to use the button classes and how to display the buttons and all we'll see now because every framework we generally start with the buttons. So I want to display this button. Okay, and even same like Prime NG, any component if you want to use any of this component if you want to use, you have to import that component specific module to the app module. Okay, for example, if you want to add a button component in your application of Angular, you need to uh, load Angular module, the button module, to the app module. Okay, so if you want to understand this, sir, where can we find that information is see here, overview API examples. If I click on API, so they will give you here. So you need to add a mat button module. For Prime NG, what was there? So button module, a prime button module something. So here mat stands for material. Okay, Angular material mat. Okay, so let me add this and I'll tell you how to add this thing for our Angular application. So first of all, go to what app. Just go to app module. Let me import a module of button module. Just say import button module from Angular material. See material slash Angular slash button, and you need to add this to the imports array. So let's say mat button module. Okay, so Angular module will be added to the imports array. So once it is added, you can start using that button module. So what I do is, for example, I create new directory called components. So in this, I create a new. I just create a component called buttons example. There I show you all the type of buttons. So right click, open in terminal. Let's create a fresh component to understand the button story. How I do is nggc uh, button example. Okay, this is my own component just to understand the buttons story. Yeah, it's been created. Now let me add that to the app.html. App.html is an app component. Here I'll add app button example. Okay, so now go to button example and you can write some button story. But before I do that, I need to see how it is. Oh, I have not started this Angular application. First, let's start. How to start is go to your application location. So it's been not started. Just say uh, npm start or ng serve. Okay, ng serve. So first time we are starting after you add a module. So I think this will take a few more seconds. Yeah, and now it's started compiling. Okay, so it's done. Let me go to the browser because I have not given iPhone option. Huh? So go to browser and 4200 enter. Yeah, you get the very basic button example works. That's fine. Uh, okay, so here I'll add few button examples. Let me close this off. Yeah, here this is API, right? Okay, if you go to overview these buttons and see this guys has not given a complete source code also, right? See here overview they explain this is how it looks like, but where is source code? Okay, okay. Okay, they given this way buttons, they given this one. This is view code. To this code you want to see the output, you can just click on a view code here. Yes, of course, this is nice. And also they given a tabular format, like any css if you want to add, you can add like this. TypeScript file you will add like this. Okay, and HTML. So HTML, TS and CSS they have given. Okay, so let's start with here. So if you want to write a button, you will write like this mat button with attribute called mat button. Okay, I show you button. Let's say login. So here you write, if you just write a button, what happens? You get a normal login button. Okay, no styles. So you're gonna add a material specific button and just write extra mat button. So if you just say mat button, you get the very basic mat button. It's a button. Okay, see it's a the ripple nature and this is the button. Okay, so moreover, if you want to add a lot of buttons, we have few other buttons like mat. Come on, it got stuck. Mat uh, raised button and this is mat flat button and mat what else stroked button like this. Check it out. Okay, so four different types of buttons. So this is normal button, this is raised button, you can have some box shadow, and this is another type of button called a flat button, and this is just outline. A stroked is outline button like this. And if you want some colors, we have it. So for color specific, you add some HR tag, paste it. To color specific, you have color. So color, you have few colors. Primary we have, and color primary, accent, and something like one. Only three set of colors are there, and you can just say some disabled button. Okay, check it out. Yeah, you have buttons. So login normal primary color button. But why it is not apply the background color is it's a normal button. If you want, you can add some flat button or something. Flat button. So you check now. It's a primary color button, and also this different color. These three colors supported for this theme, and this is disabled button completely. And see here, for each of our button, there is no space has come, right? But as per their example, uh, where is that? As per their example, they have a space. So they have given some customized CSS. Yeah, they given some row and all, some width or something they given. So instead, we can give our own CSS for that. Is go to style.css for each button. I'll give some margin, some 0.5 rem. Okay, so you get some. No, I think it's okay. At least you got some space around it. Yeah, these are the very basic buttons, and even lot more types of buttons. For example, stroked button, different colors. Flat button, different colors. Icon buttons. Let me grab the icon buttons directly. I think this is button of icon. Let me grab them. Here I'll write HR tag. This is the one. So matte icon. Yeah, here matte icon cannot read because if you want to use the matte icon, you need to use the you need to add icons module for your application. Okay. So because matte icon we can't get that. Okay. So to use the matte icon, you need to import another module, that is import matte icons module. Okay, matte icon module, and this matte icon module you need to add to the imports array. Okay, so now we can start using the matte button and matte icon. So first time when you add a matte icon module for the application, you get error because it says that Angular, it's not Angular module. Don't worry, your application has to detect that. So it is still generating some bundles, so it has to detect that, and after some time it will add up. Okay, it has to understand what is that module belongs to, and do a proper setup for your application. It will take bit more time. So once it is done, this error will go away. Just wait for some time to for this. Come on, not. So if it's not done, then you can done the if it is not detect the new changes of it, you can make ngServe again. But this is the pain, right? Every module you added, you need to do ngServe because this is not automatically uh, load this library. So we need to do this step again. So from the scratch it will load. Okay, I think now it's fine. Yeah, see, it's fine now. Yeah, it's error is gone, right? Okay, nice. So now you can check your application, so you get icon specific buttons. Okay, icon specific buttons. Okay, that's fine. This how you add. See now errors also gone for here. Okay, fine. This how you add buttons component. We have a lot of more components here, like a card component. So if you want to make a simple card, very basic card like this, you need to add a card module. For example, not here. You go to API, see a card module you need to add. If you want to add a checkbox, you need to add checkbox module. Okay, something weird, no? You want to add a date picker. For this, you need to add a module, date picker module. Okay, so it means if you're developing a whole and soul application which completely using the components of Angular material, you need to add the import statements of each and every component which is listed out. So unnecessarily, your application app module contains a full list of all framework specific, the UI specific modules, and even application specific. Suppose you want to develop an employee portal application where you have to add employee portal, those modules also, right? So instead of mixing this Angular material specific modules over here, so I have a better approach to take up all these modules in a separate file. What we can do is you can create a separate module. Okay, and you can just add up here. So how can you create a separate module is, let me go to, I just do one thing, I just stop this server. Okay, I just stop the server. So what I do is I create a module. Okay, ngg module, name of the module I say material angular material list. Okay, Angular material list module, like which contains a list of all the modules. Yeah, it's been created. Angular material list module has been created in this here. It's created a separate folder. So in that one TS file. Okay. So here what I do is I don't need this common module. I don't need this in the imports. I don't need declaration. I need to add one extra is exports. Exports is another array. So imports and exports. So here I create an array. So for example, let mm, Angular, Angular, this is material modules, okay, lowercase, material modules is equal to an array, and this array I need to add all the button and all modules. See, last example what we did, we had mat button module, mat icon module, right? So I don't need to add them specifically here, delete them, and I also delete them from the imports array. Okay, I delete them from imports array. So all the material specific modules I'll want to add in this my own file. This is my own file. I'll add here. So mat button module, it imports here, comma, mat icon module, I'll add here. Okay, those two has been added. And if you are using any other component of Angular material, so you're gonna add them over here in this array. Okay, so once it is done, you can just specify this name in the imports, in the exports. Okay, so this is your own module. We have all the things, export, import, also same name, the array which I have specified. But one more thing is, sir, how would I connect this specification with my app module? You can do that just like import my own module. What is that? Angular Angular material list module, my own, right? Angular material list module, and just add that in the imports array. Just only one time you add it, Angular material list module, and that contains the whole list of material specific modules. And here you write whatever the module you wanted to use, you can use that in this. Okay, so now let's start the application ng. So now let's see, it's gonna work or not. It's supposed to work. Okay, it is started. Now you go and refresh. See, it is working, no issue. If you go inspect, so no error, nothing. Okay, everything is perfect. So it's mean this is working now. Okay, that's fine. So now let's move on to another concept. Like we're gonna add events binding and all. So same man, if you want to understand any of this, you can just go to the, for example, badge you want to add. Just click on badge. So these type of badges. Okay, this type of badges, and these badges, if you want to add, simply go to API first. Add this badge module where you add. I'll show you where you add this badge module in the here. Let's say matter badge module. But first time when you add, it is not detects. It won't detect. Okay. So to avoid this error, you just need to wait for this to compile it. See, it's compiling now material badge, but sometimes it won't detect automatically. So better you do ngserve again. So that will detect. See, now it says no issue, compile successful, right? But last time it was not detecting. So now slowly this error will go away. Yes, gone. So once you add badge module, then what you do? Simply go to overview again, click on this code, and simply just grab this entire code now. I show you. Just go to my button example only here. I just add somewhere HR tag and paste it. Okay, but here somewhere badge hidden click event. Okay, okay. So click event and all there. Anyway, just ignore click event. Just at least static now. Yeah, check it out. Are we getting the badges? Yes, I got the same example of badges which they have given over here. Okay, so that's fine. This is how you learn. I mean, so then you can just check how they have made. So span tag mat badge 4, some number. See, this is the 4 and text with a badge. Okay, and they given extra properties. Mat badge overlap false. It's not overlapping. False. So like that. Match badge size is larger. See, it's large one number like that. Okay, badge position where you keep the position is before my button. Okay, badge color is accent. This color accent. If you want one, you can add one, some reddish color of one. Okay, like this. So you slowly understand how it is made by yourself. Okay, and even more thing you want to know, they will explain. Badge position means what. Okay, badge sizing means what, badge visibility is what is the theming. Okay, badge color. Okay, accessibility, description and all. Okay, so slowly you see the output and you know how to configure, right? You can see one by one and you can just implement it. Okay, for your application wherever you want it, you can just use that. Okay, only thing is every component, very few components are there. Okay, every component you go to API and find out. And for few examples, there's a huge backend also, like for example table and all. They have TS file also. See, if you go TS file, they explain variable and function. We remove the click event, no, that function is this one. Okay, so this way you understand. Okay, so we are going to develop a few other examples, so I don't need this basic setup. So first of all, I close all the things. Now just go to app component.html. Let me comment this out. Let me comment that out. So first of all, I need to add a nice nav bar. I just need to add a nice nav bar. So how to add a nav bar is generally, I tell you, for Bootstrap, it is called as nav bar. You need to know the differences. And in Prime NG, it is called as menu bar. Okay. In Angular Material, it's called as what? A toolbar. Okay, they have their own names. Okay, so it's a nav bar, menu bar, toolbar. Okay, we have seen these two. Now let's see this one. You just see the components and then you understand what it where it is and what it is. Somewhere is called uh, TTTTT toolbar. Tabs is there. Oh wait, something else is there, it seems. Menu, not menu, on net. I forgot. Uh, Config grid list icon input list menu. Menu is what? This is very basic menu. No front end. Progress bar, radio button, spinner, select, side nav for sidebar, toggle, snack bar, header, stepper, table tab, tooltip, toolbar. Yes, toolbar. What I given? Toolbar. It's there now. Okay, toolbar. So this is the toolbar. Okay, so if you want to add this toolbar with the colors, so tag is mat toolbar. Okay, with a span tag, something you can give. But to add a toolbar for your application, you need to import a special module, mat toolbar module. And where you're gonna add in the our own module, let's add mat toolbar module. Mat toolbar module. Okay, it is added, but it is not detects automatically. So we just need to wait for this to build. It's building, it's compiling our toolbar module now, but still it is doing some process. Yeah, I think now it's fine. Success. No issue. I think this should go away. Yes, fine. So now back here. If not done, then you do ng serve. Okay. It is done for me now. So how to add a toolbar is you write like this: mat toolbar. Okay. So in this you write a span tag, and what is your content? Just say Angular material examples. Angular material examples. Just check here. I get the very basic nav bar with Angular material examples. If you wanna highlight the colors and all, you go here. This is something called color, primary color. If I say primary, we choose the blue, indigo, and pink theme. So indigo theme has come for us. This is an nav bar. Angular material examples like this. Simple. Okay. Below this, I just want to explain that very regular example called good morning, good afternoon with a card and grid system. So there, in that example, data binding, data binding is there, event binding is there, and also grid system we understand, and also the what a card concept we understand. Okay, so let's make that module now. That component now. So for that, I have to create a separate component. There is nothing for that. So I go to components, open terminal. So I say nggc wish hyphen message component. Okay, wish message has created. Let me add that here below the toolbar. Let's say app wish message. Okay, so you get the very basic setup called wish message works. Okay, so now I have to make a small grid system. In that I need to make a card. In that I have to make a content. So to add a grid system, here we have a grid, the alphabetical order, grid list. So we have a grid list. So to add a grid list, you need to add a module called grid list module. First, let me add a grid list module for my application. So here I just import uh, comma mat grid list. No, what is that? Mat grid list module. Oh, sorry, capital M. Mat grid list module. Okay, yep. So grid list module added. It's not detect, so wait for this to bind it. Yeah, it's building. Okay, compile successful, no issue. Just check after a few seconds, it'll go away. Yeah. So grid list module you need to add, and after that, how it is gonna work is like this. If you just click on overview again, yeah, this is the one grid list. So two columns, it's like a tile base. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles. So they given a classes actually grid list. In the grid list, each box is nothing but a grid tile. Okay, so they given the row height, fixed height, ratio. So how much ratio you want to display, how many rows, how many columns. So that way, to understand this, go to API. They given two things, mat grid list, and one more is mat grid tile. Okay, and they have given few other like a number of columns, gutter size, and the row height. Okay, so let me write a grid list. Let me write a grid list. Okay, so go to my app component wish message. I add some grid list app component.html. Okay, just say here mat grid list. Okay, in this I want to make, okay, mat grid list, how many columns you want to occupy. I just add some two columns. Okay, so in this mat grid tile is there, mat grid tile, just say tile 1. Next you have mat grid tile, this is tile 2. Okay, so just check, you got tile 1, tile 2. Okay, but if you want to understand the sizes, how much size it is occupy, you may give some color for that to understand. Where you give the styles is mat grid tile. You may go to the component specific css, or in the style.css, anywhere. I just write here only because I want to remove it later. So background color, let's say some gray. Check it out. Okay, see, tile has come here. So if I say what, if I say two columns, tile 1, tile 2 has come like this. If I say one more, if I add two more, so this is tile 3, tile 4. Come on. So tile 3, tile 4. So here in this, I made how many columns? Two columns. But in that, how many tiles I write? Four tiles. So first row, two tiles. Second row, two tiles. Like this. See why it is come in the next line. Even though I write in the same place is, you written only two columns. So it is just exactly two columns divided on the page. And so next tiles has been pushed to here because only two columns allowed. If you want to make that all side by side, you can make that columns count to be 4. So what happens? So total, all the 4 has been pushed side by side because in my entire list 4 columns and each tile I specify. Okay. Or else I need one more thing. I need one tile to be occupied two columns and this to be the next. Okay, I want this tile 1 to occupy two columns. So what you do here, you mention something called span of 2. Okay, just like table system. So if I say first tile 1 call span 2, what happened? See, tile 1 has occupied for two columns and remaining has been pushed to the next level. Okay, so that way. Mm, okay, fine. So now let's make our own setup in this. Okay, this is all about tiles, right? Let me just comment the style setup. And along with the tiles, I want to display the cards also because inside the tiles setup, I mean the grid system, I want to write a card to have a wish message and all. Wish message contains buttons and all we discuss. Card how to do. So let's go to the card component. Just click on the card. This is a very basic card. So to add the card, we use the tag, custom tag called mat card. But to use that, we have to import a specific module that is called mat card module. And where you're gonna add is, go to here, our own module. See these many modules you need to add. Mat card module. Okay, and you need to wait for this to build. Where is that? Yeah, it's compiling. Okay, it's been compiled. No, still doing some changes. Yeah, it's not been compiled successfully. You can just stop it and just serve, enter. So it will do one more round of compiling the whole component, I mean whole modules which you have declared there. So wait for this. So tomorrow is the last class. Admin panel as of now is not there because I need to work on it. Okay, so I didn't made this anytime, so I need to just work on it. Tomorrow we'll discuss Ionic. Okay, and then wind up. So Ionic, I'll develop a very few. I mean, I think at least one application I develop on Ionic. Okay, and then we'll wind up tomorrow. So tomorrow is last day for our batch. Okay, fine. And so yeah, it's been done. Okay, so now check it out. What to check? Nothing written. Na? Okay, go here. How to add a card? Card. How to add? Let's go. Come down. Okay, card. There is a big example on material. Let's see. As of now, not there. Okay, don't worry. We'll wind up the class, but in uh, because I don't want you to wait for that example. Keep on. So I'll just record a video and I'll keep out there. Okay, in your Google Drive. Okay, so at least for live session, this is enough. Okay, I'll find some good examples and I'll just keep them recorded video in your same Google Drive location. Okay, so don't worry. Uh, Now, okay, so card, if you go to overview, mat card, okay, and so mat card contains a lot of story, just like in Bootstrap card we have card header, card body, card title, right? So here mat card title, mat card subtitle, content. Mat card content means mat card body, okay, card image, card actions, card footer. Okay, so let's write a few examples now. Okay, so let's write mat card. Okay, in that mat card header, so I write some h3. What you write? So let's say welcome to Angular material. Welcome to Angular material and mat card content. The content of the card. Let's say you will write directly the text. Mat actually title you can write here only. Na YH3. You can do one thing. You can cut this. You may write like this. So mat card title. Okay, paste it. That's the title. And content, I think mat card subtitle is there. Subtitle is there. Actual content is the whole body. Okay, I just write a paragraph tag. The cell RM30 tab. Okay, so let's check how Angular material card looks like. This is your Angular material card. Okay, so why it is occupied this much is there is no grid system, so that's why it is occupy the whole row completely. If you write the style base, then it will gonna fix inside of that. Okay, you wanna see that? Simply cut this. You keep it. Okay, for example, I do. Okay, if you want to refer, you can refer. I'll comment it. Okay, I'll just get the whole card. I just enable this grid system. I enable, but grid also you wanna see, right? Okay, let me take it outside separately. Copy. So this is your grid. Okay, grid contains what? Grid contains this much. But this is not looks good. I'll give no call span. or call span, 4 tiles will come. Okay, but this is not looks good. No? 4 tiles, I'll make only 2 columns. Then two tiles will come. But two tiles too much height, no? Okay, okay. If you want to have a less height, there is something called one more property called row height. Each row, how much height you do? Just say something 200 pixels. So each row, by default 100%, you can make some 200 pixels height. And each tile, I want to make this card. Let me grab this card. Let me grab this card. I'll keep that for tile 1. What's the problem? Oh, I think I never copy. I didn't copy the whole mat card. Copy. Yeah, in the place of tile 1, I replace my mat card. Tile 2 mat card. Tile 3 mat card. Tile 4 also mat card. Now check. You get the 4 cards. But problem is I given a much height for the row height. But see, for each row height now I given 200 pixels. That's why it is just like this. If you don't want that, mm, okay, you can reduce the height. For example, just make some 150 around you do. So you get the less height. And moreover, if you want to give some spaces between them, okay, you want a space between them, there is something called gutter size or something, gridless. Okay, there is something called ratio gutter size. Yeah, gutter size. Gutter means the space between, just like a the tile spacer, right? Tiles you put and you put some spacer in between. That spacer size, like 2 mm, 3 mm tiles, and flooring tiles I'm talking about. Okay, fine. So gutter size, how much? You may write here gutter size around some 5 pixels. So you get a 5 pixel space between the each tile that way. Okay, if you don't want this background color, see, this background color looks weird. Actually I have added, right, component.css just to understand the width of it. I have added the color. Then don't add the color. You get the cards, 4 cards, 1 2 3 4. This way you do. Okay, but it's not given a complete box shadow. Then only just bottom box shadow has come. If you wish to add your own styles for the box shadow for each card, is a tag called mat card, right? So go to your own css, just add mat card. So you can add some box shadow, 0 0 some 3 pixels, and I think gray color you add. So you will get some box shadow. Okay, but still here not getting the box shadow. Maybe right side is not getting. mm, Not sure. Okay, so this is all about this is you can also add some margin, margin some 0.5 rem for each card. Yes, now it's coming properly. Okay, you have given margin also, and gutter size you reduce. Gutter size and height also you reduce. So these all just numbers. 120. Oh, too much. 130 or 140. Row height it is. Okay, this is nice. So 4 cards has come side by side, and gutter size you reduce to some 3 pixels or something. Reduce this space between them. Yeah, reduce. Then fun. This is how you write the cards grid system and all we discuss. Now let me comment this entire story. This is all just static. Comment it out. So we learn the grid system and we learn the cards. So now let's make an example with by mixing of both. That's very basic, right? Okay, let me write that now. So I write here somewhere in starting. So mat grid list, in that mat grid how much mat grid tile. In that I want to make a card, mat card. In this mat card, mat card title. No, no, header, right? Okay, so mat card header. So in this mat card title, that is my message, and then mat card body, mat card content is body. Here I just make some few buttons. What type of button is? Just say good morning is the button. So what type of button is? I want matte raised button, and color I want to be primary color. Okay. So two other. This is accent color, and this is warm color. So this is afternoon, and this is good evening. But we are not given the columns and also I think how it come. Nothing has come. See, something weird, right? We write this much code, but still nothing has come because you are not mentioned how much call size it is, how many columns you want. Let's say columns of 10 columns. Okay, it's been coming like this because it is just very shrinken. So each tile size how much? Let's say call span of 4. Okay, that's fine now. Okay, so I just want I even button size you can reduce, like a small button like that. I think you can have a size also. Size is not there. Size button size will be there, man. I think some other key. We are new to this because we can't remember. We can memorize all the things, na. Just have to follow documentation. So remember always anything because bootstrap we regularly practice, so we know that, right? But here, so you can size is not there, I guess. Okay, okay. Size is not there. I think in Ionic size is there. Oh, okay, okay. I thought it's Ionic. Yeah, size property itself is not there. What we do? Just leave it. Okay. You may write some custom size. Okay, so click on good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That's dead easy story. We know all we are doing since long time. Okay, so here I say so public message with the value just empty or just say hello. Okay, this hello I want to bind over there. So message, sorry, message of type string is equal to hello, and this message I'll bind it over there in my HTML in the place of here. Let's write message. You get the default value as hello. Okay, and when you click on the button, I just make a function for updating my state local public update message. Let's make a method. This will take a value of type string you receive, and this dot message is equal to the value what you provide from this function. So I simply what we do is simply on click, just say click event, sorry, click update message of good morning. That's my value. Let's make same story for all. Copy this, paste it and paste it. So good afternoon, and this is good evening. Okay, fine. Let's check now. And I click on the button, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So very basic. Okay, that's fine now. Okay. So next, what we do is another example, our product list item. I want to display the whole table. Okay. So first let me detach this from there. Let me create a separate component called product item. So what I do is here in the components, I create a fresh component, open terminal, just say nggc prod hyphen item or product cart. You take cart. Just make a table content of cart items. Okay, so it's been added. Now what you do? Okay, let's add that here app prod cart, product cart. So once you add it, you get the product cart. Yeah, what is the importance of this thing is how you display a table. Okay, how you display a table in a material. So table means you can check over here. There is something called table is there. Yes. So table, we have to use a tag called mat table. This is the table. Okay. For table is a long story. It's not just like a table with table header, table body, not like that. It's a long story. Okay. See, if you want to understand this, see, this is a table, right? This contains the header and the body. So to make this, if you click on the code, you understand. See, table tag. Okay, table tag, general HTML tag, but mat table attributes data source is this one. There is not like ng ng4 or something. Same like prime ng also. Now in prime ng we use value attribute with the the array, right? So here data source is the name. Okay, in Bootstrap generally we use the Angular feature ng4. Okay, and here to make the column, see here we have a column na? Number, name, weight, symbol, columns, right? So they given for each column, this is the one number. Just to make a number, this is the content, and this is name column, weight column, symbol column, and this is to display the content. Okay, so displayed columns, and those columns I'll display for every row. Okay, so for each row definition, header definition, column definition, this is the story, and behind this there is a data source and there is a display columns. You go to TS file, they create one interface and they prepared some static content and they made displayed columns. What all the columns can be displayed, you define here only. And what is your data source is my element data. Element data is your array. Okay, long story. And if you go to CSS, width 100%. Okay, this table has to display the whole the 100% width of your page. That is this guy. Okay, so fine. So let's understand. I mean, let's make this thing now. Okay. So before I add a table, I need to import a tables module, that is mat table module. Go to material list. No break today because we have to finish off this. Mat table module. What is this? For brief. Yes, yes, I know that. Mat table module. So let's go to mat table module. Okay, I need to add this mat table module here. Mat table module. But this supposed to update. I think it's here. Yeah, it's generating. Mat table module import from this Angular material table. Yeah, table. Oh, it's still not detect. Do one thing. And this serve. Okay, it's done. I think it should fade away. Yeah, fine. So how to use table module is go to the over na? Yeah, prod cart, HTML. Can I get the whole content as it is, or else how to do? So first of all, I need to have a content, right? So how you create a content? I just create a model by myself. The product cart. I create my own model. So TypeScript. What is that is? Mm, okay, iProduct interface. So export interface iProduct, which contains what the serial number of type string, name of type string, image of type string, and the price of type number, and also the quantity of type number. That's it. I go to the TS file. I'll make my own products. So public products of type iProduct array is equal to an array. So which contains an object. So serial number. Let's make AA0021 something. Next name of the product. Let's say something called Samsung. Okay. Let's say Samsung only. Apple Watch. Image. Let me get some smartwatch over there. Price. I don't know something 1850. Comma. Okay. No logical questions. Apple not that cost. That's fine. I know that. You can take like dollars or something. Two. Okay. Some static content. Okay. So image. I'll grab it. First, let me add another one. Let's say this is 22. This is MI watch. This is some 1950. Uh, three items by default. Okay. So here image I need. Let me grab the few images. Use regular right smartwatch. I think regular image. I think this one. Okay, that's fine. So I got I have a content. Okay, so Apple Watch and MI Watch. Okay, so now I need to display this products in a tabular format. I go to HTML instead of this. I just take a normal section instead of grid system and all. Let's take a section. In this some H3. Let's say product cart and one paragraph. Just say lorem 3 tab. Okay, check it out. You get it, but there is no space around. You can give a space if you go to the component specific CSS file section. I'll add some padding, some 15 pixels, and for a H3 I'll give uh, H3 I'll give margin 0. Okay, but H3 looks very smaller. Okay, let's say H2, and I guess I add here is H2. Okay, product cart, and let's make another section for us for our content. Yeah, here below this another section. Here I want to add a mat table. So first you need to add a table. So in this you give a mat table, and data source. Data source will be our products. Data source is our products. In that, how many columns you want to display and what are the columns. So to specify the columns, see here. To specify the columns, they have given now go to TS file. To specify column, they given a displayed columns like this. So we just have to create an array to maintain all the column list. Okay, so copy I go to my TS file as well. I just make displayed columns also. For example, here. So what columns for us? Serial number and name and then image and then price and then quantity. Yeah, these many columns I wanted. Okay. So first I just starts with only serial number because I tell you why. It won't display until unless you make all the columns because I tried a lot. Okay. So let's say public. Yeah. So at least serial number will display as of now. So how I display the column is they have a setup for displaying column. You go to HTML. Yeah, this is the one. This code to display the column. So what is that column is serial number column. How you display serial number column is so mat column definition is column name serial number and here this says serial number is for just static display and element. I mean the column elements is there na. So each element dot serial number you write. Okay, this how this ng container and header cell and match cell. So I think now you get the nothing has come. Okay, of course, nothing has come. Along with this, the content I want to display of table, just if you just to declare it column, it won't come. You have to declare this mat row headers with the content also. That is as per here somewhere below. Mat row header, header reference, display columns, my variable, this one, and columns is this one, and let each row something they have to understand the definition. I mean, you have to understand the documentation here. Can we get? Yes. So it is serial number has come and two these things has come. Okay, fine. But I don't know why this is showing the error. Property mat row header reference is not provided by the any applicable directive on embedded template. Uh, if I write them in the ng template or something, still it shows the error. Nothing display. You can't write like that. So it's very, to display table is very complex. Yeah, it display man. If you go to inspect, there is no error at all. There is no error at all. Okay, no warning, nothing, no error. So don't worry, just ignore this. It will come that way. Okay. Yeah. So we got a first column serial number, and same way I need to make multiple. So yeah, you want to display another column. Copy this. I paste it. First I display image column. So just say image column. Image column. This name is image element dot image you write. See, generally in Bootstrap, we loop through the product and product.image, product.serial number will come. But here, no reference because each element is something like dynamic one. So we just need to write exactly the same key. Okay, here. So this is what image, all image. Check it out. We didn't get the image. So why didn't we get the image even though we declare this? Because we are not made a displayed column image. So this all comes with practice. Okay. Now image has to come, but not the image. I want to load image there. How to load image is in the place of here. I just write a image tag src the my property binding with the element dot image alt nothing. This is width and height. So width to 50 and height also 50. So you get the image over there. Okay, fine. Next. Actually, you can make the grid system, man. Oh, my table width I have not specified, right? I tell you. What's the problem? I tell you. So image column done. Next name column. Name is just like this. Copy. So I just write straight away for all. So I just make the things also here. So here image over now. Next name and price and then quantity, and one more column is total. Okay, so back to HTML. This is image. Grab this image column. This is the name column. This is name. This is name. No dot. No dot. This is name. Okay. Next, price quantity. This is price column. This is gonna be the price. This display is capital price, and this is the value is price. This is quantity. This is QTY. This is capital QTY. This is lowercase QTY. This price, if you want to display in a currency format, you just write currency of type INR. Okay. And same way I display lastly the total. So total is total, and display is total value. So price into element dot QTY and currency. Check it out. Yeah, you got all the things, but only problem is they're all just shrinking. You can actually write is, because if you can understand how I get the idea is, see, you go to CSS, they given table width 100%. Okay, that's why you go to the CSS of it. Let's say table width 100%. It's not that, but personally I don't like this. Okay, maybe company people use this, but I personally don't like. It should not be like customized, right? Everywhere you're writing CSS to make it. Okay, so not everyone is CSS expert overall Angular developer, correct? So fine, you got table, and I just want to give some nice color over here. How you do? Table header, some color. Table header, but you don't have a table header only. This is long story. NG container is there. Container we never give the color. Table header will give, but some lines will gap. Okay, can I say some color? There is no color tab only. Okay, can I write th somewhere, just my customizer? Not sure. Th background color, something like gray color. So okay, nice. So color you take white. Only you just have to make it trials. Okay, at least table looks good, and table. I just want to add some nice box shadow for the whole table. We can just say some box shadow, 0, 0, 3 pixels, gray color. So you get the box shadow for the whole table. Okay, nice. Now it looks like a table. Okay, and moreover, this guy, the quantity I want plus symbol minus symbol. Yeah, very important thing is how to add icons. Icons we have seen, na? Matte icon module. See, if you go to our own Angular Metal module, see matte icon module. Initially, one button is added. That is the one. So how to add icons is, you just need to go to another website for metal icons. Just go to material icons, metal icons. So just click on this material.io/icons. Okay, their own icons. But how to display also their own? I tell you. Yeah, this is the one. So there are few icons are there, like these things. Many icons are there. Okay, I want plus and minus icon. How I search? Control find plus, plus one, plus two. What is this, man? Maybe plus is not that. Mathematical. No, nothing called math. Add. hmm, No add. Oh, 71 icons are there. Add. Oh, here we have. plus circle minus कहाँ पे add is there means remove will be there. Okay, so let's select this. What is this? Add circle outline. Okay, so what we do is go to HTML around with the quantity here. Let's say mat icon. You write add circle what add circle China outline. Add circle outline. Actually, it's supposed to be after plus icon. Na? Add circle outline. So you get the uh, not here content content. This one. Then how you do? Oh, sorry, here. Sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, content is here, na. Sorry, here. Table data. Okay, sorry. इसको delete. This also delete. Okay. So outline icon. At least you get some small icon. Plus, let's become up and down. Huh? You can make a small size actually. Matte icon. You can make some font size at least. See this much CSS you are right. Font size. I make some font size some 10 pixels, very smaller. Oh, 20 pixels. 20, I think more. Okay, that's fine. Next, or you can make 15 or something. And minus symbol. Minus symbol add is there means search for remove. Remove circle. Oh, is there. Remove circle outline. Okay. Back here, mat icon. Simply this is their own way. No I tag, mat icon tag, and mat icon module. Okay, nice. So finally, we get the setup. Okay, click on the plus symbol to increment. See, but when I click on the plus symbol, I'm not getting the hand symbol, right? I'm not getting the hand symbol also. So you can manage that with CSS. Something called cursor pointer, pointer. So if I say cursor pointer, when you keep a cursor over there, you get the hand symbol. At least you can click on it. Okay, that way you can try. Okay, fine. Now at least something has come. Um, increase the quantity. Increase the quantity how? We made that logic right last time. Increase the quantity function. We made no last example. That is prime something. But prime Angular module. I replaced it. Okay, let me go to zip file. This is the zip file, right, which I given to you. Okay, src app components product item the .ts file. Yes, same setup. Only thing is these two functions for increase and decrease the quantity. So why we write the same setup? Simply you have to paste it. Okay, so two functions. Click increase quantity, decrease quantity. So go here. So for plus icon is there na minus icon. So click event. Go to click decrease quantity, but ID you have to provide. How I provide ID? Element dot serial number I provide. Okay, so click events, click increase quantity element dot serial number I provide. That's ID. Okay, I guess now it's fine. Let's check it out. Okay, so click on the plus, increasing only that specific content, minus also increasing. It should not go less than one. Yeah, nice. So here also increasing, decreasing. That's fine. So this is how you add material Angular material for Angular application. Of course, I have not discussed all the things because we can't discuss because it's a very huge concept. But I told right how to practice. please do it. And if I get some time, I'll make some good examples on this Angular material. I'll be keeping in your Google Drive, or I'll upload directly to my YouTube channel. Okay, so that's the plan. So we are now done with Angular material module for one day. That's enough actually. This knowledge helps you. Okay, fine. So next class we're gonna understand Ionic. Okay, so Ionic. So how to add Ionic? Ionic contains interesting components. For example, I show you. Go to Google. Ionic. So Ionic is built actually when Ionic started. This for mobile apps. Okay, mobile application framework. So now we are into web development to mobile app. Okay, fine. So here, first time Ionic introduced, right? So that time they started with Angular JS. So once Angular 2 has started, they made a new framework on Ionic with Angular 2, and now they are they have developed Ionic on everything React. See, now they made on React and even Vue and even Angular. It was in Angular. Recently, they converted to React and Vue. They even support for Vue and Angular. Okay, so you can use React. If you join my React batch, I'll tell you how to use a React application with Ionic. And here Angular, we'll see. Okay, so huge content is there. I think if you go to the components, okay. Anyway, I'll tell you this setup tomorrow. Okay, you can develop some nice mobile apps using just writing a Angular code. Only by writing Angular code you can develop that. Okay. So fine. So it means you don't need to learn the any mobile development framework to develop a mobile app, because nowadays customers are asking for yeah. So nowadays customers are asking for the websites as well as mobile apps. Okay. So now people have started. So thing is not just Angular developer. You must be a full stack developer with web development and even mobile development. Okay, so fine. Pagination and all, you can just check over here. I think they have given examples of it. See here, if you just click on a pagination, they explain how to do pagination. You can just click on the source. You can find out. You can understand the story, pagination size and all. It does the pagination automatically. Just you need to add a paginator, some sizes. Okay, this one and some drop down like that. Okay, it is just straightforward. You
सर
can learn. Huh.
आयोनिक में आप एग्जांपल ले रहे हो क्या?
Ionic पे
ऐप एक छोटा सा ऐप करोगे क्या कल?
हाँ एक one small application we'll do tomorrow. Not
ओके
this one, not
थैंक
product item, some other application, not this regular one. I'll tell you some other application.
यू यस सर
Okay, yeah. So okay, so done with this today's class Angular Metal module, and tomorrow we'll start with Ionic, and tomorrow is last class, right? So thank you so much. I think you guys have a lot of patience because still it's been a long time. Okay, that we'll discuss in the last day. Okay, right. So thank you.